Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Today, we discuss the H. Moser Cie Pioneer Center Seconds from a family, the Pioneer Sports Watch line, that debuted in 2013, this model in rose gold, updated to stainless steel, the natural sports watch material, in the form you see here for the 2017 model year. On my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, it's an easy sportster to wear. 42.8 millimeters in diameter, a compact 51.3 lug to lug, reasonably slim. It's 14.5 millimeters, but I'm going to show you later how much of that is actually the dome of the sapphire. It has camber to its case. You can see how those lugs arc around the wrist rather than flaring out. It does trace the arc of your forearm, and the spacing between the lugs 22 millimeters, so it has a modern stance on the wrist. 21 and up is generally the standard for a modern sports watch, and this one does right by your wrist in proportion. The timepiece does have a wonderful Moser factory strap in natural vulcanized rubber, completely perforated to vent the wrist on a hot day. It's also wonderfully supple, almost like a gummy, but it is rubber, not silicone. Appreciate the Moser pin buckle, remarkably elaborate. You can see it's a combination of engraving, striations, or sort of a linear snailing, and a satin finish top. You can see underneath, the bridge is actually arced up and over the stanchion, so when this one is buckled on the wrist, the strap actually sits inside the buckle rather than stacking up underneath the buckle. That's some impressive attention to detail. Notice the combination of snailing and polish and profile. Nice. Now the timepiece even has a revetment for the pin inside the buckle. They really sweated this part. Okay, jumping back to the case, it's a handsome take on Moser's dress watches because they always feature, whether Endeavor or Venturer, evacuated hollow lugs. And here you have a more, I would say, machine aesthetic. Rather than a sinuous organic form, this looks more mechanical. It features a vertical striation that arcs a little bit. It has a bit of curvature to it. It's sunken into the lugs, and you can see the lugs are deeper at their outer face than they are closer to the center of the case. Polished case flank, you can see there's a subtle faceting to the lug ends. So though the case is strong, it's not clumsy. There's even a distinction between the polished flank and a little line of satin that runs down the hoods. Jumping over to the crown, you can see it's an easy one to grip. Moser correctly judging that crown guards on the crown side of a watch on your wrist are pretty much superfluous. And from a practical standpoint, all they do is get in the way. I happen to approve of this use of a large and deeply and sharply knurled crown sans guards. Now the dial is one of the highlights of this watch, as it's Moser's famous gradient fume, a sort of silver blue at center, fading to navy, almost black at its outer edge. It's fully luminescent. It features what Moser calls swallow-style hands with a loop counterweighted needle seconds. Note that all of the indices are faceted, diamond polished, and hand applied, and there's a chapter ring outboard that's sloped. It's a slight dished ring that bears the luminescence for the hours. Plenty of lume on the hands themselves. There will be a lume shot. It will be spectacular. I'm going to do my best to show you the detail of this dial right here. It is gorgeous. On the case back, Moser manufacturer caliber HMC 200, automatic 21.6 beat rate, 3-day power reserve. You can see it's nicely executed with Moser's distinctive double-crested Cote de Genève. Turn it all over. You can see that it is a sports watch caliber with a full balance bridge and a free sprung balance for better shock resistance. And it uses a higher beat rate than the, for example, HMC 327, which is a manual wind 3-day power reserve, but more inclined to be used on dress watches. The higher beat rate and the giant balance help this watch to achieve excellent resistance to shock-induced timing deviation without a full 4 Hz balance. Now you can see it is Moser's own balance. They have a precision engineering firm that is their subsidiary that actually builds all of their small parts like escapements and balance wheels, and you can see the variable inertia golden balance bolts that are built into this system. They allow the balance to be tuned without moving an index. It's a more shock-resistant system. The screw-down crown and the robust seals of the case back ensuring 120 meters water resistance. So this is a true sports watch in every respect. Water resistant, automatic, fully lumed, and stainless steel. This is the Moser Pioneer Center Seconds, a true sports watch from the other watch manufacturer from Schaffhausen, a company that makes 1,200 to 1,600 pieces a year. Make this one yours on the Watchbox. Moser Pioneer Center Seconds. That right there is real-world sports watch lume. Anything but a token application. You can see this in any darkness.